What you know about the Wendigo is completely wrong. Recently, a commenter mentioned that there is currently a movement going on with the Indigenous people about their folk tales and how they are represented in current day media in horror. And this was brought about because of the fact that I decided to use the Wendigo in my GoreTober drawing list prompts. Within the movement, Indigenous people talk about how they want to reclaim their stories and tell them in a traditional light instead of the way that it has been whitewashed over the last couple of centuries. And since I'm a big nerd and really love talking about the history of different creatures and cultures, I'm going to be talking about the Wendigo, because I feel like that is more appropriate than trying to draw any version of this creature. Wendigo originated as a powerful metaphor rooted in multiple indigenous cultures. It began as a cautionary tale for greed, selfishness, cannibalism, and survival. But did you know the depiction of the Wendigo we know today is wildly incorrect? Which, yes, I know. Shocker. When has an indigenous or any type of culture not been incorrectly represented in any kind of current day media? In modern day media, the folk tale about the Wendigo is a spirit that can possess or stalk humans, causing them to commit unspeakable acts like murder, cannibalism for no other reason than to cause chaos. And the figure is always described with a deer-like skull, features, antlers, razor-sharp claws, yellow, golden eyes, etc. However, in traditional indigenous folk tales, the Wendigo is regarded as a gaunt, humanoid creature representing one's greed and selfishness. And despite the fact that the story is not told the same way across all of the different cultures, including some of the indigenous people in Canada, the underlying theme is very commonly shared. Some of the cultures speak of a creature that grows in size after each human it consumes, never growing full, always needing more. Others speak of a human with cannibalistic tendencies or exceedingly horrendous behaviors. And other stories talk about people succumbing to turning Wendigo by murdering and consuming human flesh. The underlying theme is always the same: warning against gluttony, greed, and cannibalism, especially during times of survival when food is scarce at best. But the modern day depiction of the Wendigo with antlers, glowing eyes, and all of that other crazy stuff was something that came about sometime around in 1910. There was a short story written by Algren Blackwood called The Wendigo, and it featured the horn version of the creature. Not only did it exaggerate the creature and demonize the indigenous folk, it was extremely racist and painted the Wendigo and indigenous people in a horrendous light. And these are just the cliff notes of everything that I learned about the Wendigo, so if you'd like to read more, I'm going to be posting a newsletter on my website. So instead of creating anything that is based off of the Wendigo, I'm just going to create my own crazy looking forest creature. Let me know in the comments what I should draw next for GoreTober.